I got this. I made a video already about this, the unboxing or the actually unveiling or whatever of it. Actually, I still have it on. And it does work if you put it like that, but then you have, it doesn't feel as tight for some reason, but maybe it is. Anyway, you have accessories, right? Because they get you to the camera and then they nickel and dime you for everything else too. For the most part, I think you could get away with just holding it like this, and then you have your second screen, so you could just vlog like that, really. But if you want to have a mount or something like that, Small Rig has a decent amount of them. And actually, I've used Small Rig before, and so far I haven't had an issue with them, mostly because they're all metal. So this is one that I was really interested in, because it's the same thing. You can put, I have mounts, you can put the mount on the bottom, or it has its own mount that comes, you can attach the screw with it and then put in your mount there. And it has a USB-C mount. So in theory, there you go. When you put this on, you're attached, and you have a pass-through for USB-C. So you can use this for like a time lapse. So you can put your battery pack on it, and you don't have to only have a time lapse of like 45 minutes or whatever this thing lasts. You can actually use it for a real time lapse, and for me, I do a lot of star lapses, so that's overnight, right? That's really nice. Having having them out like this, just together, like that, is okay. Let me attach them because I'm not gonna have them like that. So you're gonna be like that, right? It's fine, but again, Small Rig has something for that. I'm always concerned about the screen. The screen's getting crushed or whatever. So this thing is a whole thing. I don't even know how it opens. There it goes. It has a latch here. There. So okay. 4K, 30 frames a second, 16 by 9. The I think I put it in right. Okay. 4K, 30 frames. Okay. Pops in. Maybe. There. So it pops in, and there you go. After me fiddling around for you, I'll cut that out, but I was fiddling around for like 2 minutes trying to figure out which way. Pops in, and there you have the case, and it's almost like a regular, the DJI Action in a form factor, and you have a metal case around it to protect the screens and to protect it. It has a little bit of a shock mechanism in it, but it's not. Obviously, there's nothing foolproof. This just adds another layer of protection. And then finally, this guy. This is just, again, if I just go out on its own with just the one camera, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, but just that form factor. So you just take your camera, line up the little pegs on the bottom. There you go. Now you have a fully functioning 4K camera in a case. So that way, this is metal, and it has the mounts on the bottom. So I guess, so you can just mount it like that. So now you have that. And it has a screw. I was like, what is this? This is a screw to if you do a tripod that way. Because it doesn't really matter what orientation you have. Oh, and a slide, so you can put in like a cold shoe. So if you have a mic or a light, and your button's accessible. So these are all small rig stuff. Like I said, I've had their stuff before, and it works really well. So I haven't. I don't really want to deviate from it because it's metal. And when you're out and about and you're putting stuff in and taking stuff out of these cases, you're not babying it. You're not worrying about is it this gonna work right? Is this gonna I have to screw it in just right? I just go. So I've broken too many things. So anything that's metal like this is always welcome, and it's always they'll just get scratched up and rusty before they break, you know, and nobody cares what they look like because nobody sees them besides you. So these things are good. They're not cheap, but there are ones that are slight deviations of it. I think it's like the same company makes them, but they just put a different label on it. As long as it's metal, I think you're good to go. So these are the new things for my DJI Action, because all the accessories, you see them, but nobody ever talks about them, or nobody ever even like shows you that they are indeed metal and they do fit and all that stuff. So there you go. Small rig stuff. This camera so far is really great.